Welcome back to Believers IAS Academy, Bengaluru. In this session, we will continue the previous year question paper discussion. Yesterday, we completed the environment and ecology, and today we are going to look into science and tech. Okay, science and technology, which is very important from UPSC Prelims perspective. From last 5 to 6 years, there have been minimum of 10 questions from UPSC science, like science and technology. So it is one of the high scoring subjects, you can say. Okay, so very important. It is not just reading the rigid books. Now you have to read the newspaper and current affairs for understanding the science and technology. Here also UPSC tends to ask from both basic, static, and combining them with the current affairs. But majorly the questions will be from current affairs only. So we'll be discussing current affairs like science and technology today. Without any delay, we'll start discussion. Okay, so already prepared the discussions already. So the question number 58 is the first question. It says that which one of the following words or phrases is most appropriately used to denote an interoperable network of 3D virtual worlds that can be accessed simultaneously by millions of users who can exert property rights over virtual items. Okay, so let's see the options. Big data analyticals. Okay, does big data involves any of 3D virtual network? No. Big data analytics deals with big data. Okay, it is the data or data of individuals, industries like corporations, etc., etc. So big data analytics, they analyze the data and then they store the data in clouds. And cryptography, as you can see, it deals with, okay, cryptography. It is different compared to 3D virtual network. Here miners will be there, they will be dealing with this cryptography. What is cryptography? It is mostly, it deals with blockchain technology. And then virtual matrix, it is of no use for us. So here the correct answer is metaverse. Metaverse is the correct answer. The most appropriate word or phrase to describe the given concept is metaverse. The term metaverse refers to an interconnected network of 3D virtual worlds that can be accessed by millions of users simultaneously. Users can create and own items within the metaverse. Okay, so this is why metaverse is very important. Okay, it is a new technology where users can interact with each other in virtual world, and there are also, they can buy properties in virtual world. If you see certain movies in Hollywood, you will get to understand this one. Some of the movies are Lolita, something is there. If you see the Battle Angel Lolita, okay, Battle Angel, if you see the movie, then you will understand metaverse. Question number 61, with reference to radioisotope thermoelectric generators, consider the following statements. We already discussed this one in environment and ecology, but then again we will discuss it one more time. RTGs are miniature fusion reactors. RTGs are used to powering onboard systems of spacecraft. RTGs can use plutonium-238, which is a byproduct of weapons development. As I already said, it is a thermoelectric generator. What it does is, it will convert radioactive decay into energy. So there is no fusion or fission involved here. Okay, fission is not involved. Fission is very dangerous, which is used in bomb making as well as in nuclear reactors. So it cannot be contained in small miniature RTGs. And so statement 1 is wrong. If you know the statement 1, then you can answer this one, that is statement 2 and 3. So we already discussed that these are used RTGs are used in spacecraft. They provide electrical power for spacecraft, especially in the situation where solar power is impractical or insufficient. They have been used for more than 2 dozen US spacecraft space missions since 1961. Okay, statement 3, as per the given combination of options, RTGs can use plutonium-238, which is a byproduct of weapons development, but actually plutonium-238 is not a byproduct of weapons development, so it should be only 2 only, but since the given options, 3 statement is also correct. Consider the following statements. We already discussed this again, but again we will discuss. Giant stars live much longer than dwarf stars. compared to dwarf stars, giant stars have a greater rate of nuclear reactions. Statement 2 is right because the rate of nuclear reactions is high, they tend to die earlier than dwarf stars. Statement 1 is incorrect. Giant stars have a shorter lifespan compared to dwarf stars. The giant stars, due to their higher mass, have a hotter and denser cores. As a result, they experience more intense nuclear reactions, which contribute to the brightness and energy output. So, the correct answer is statement 1 is incorrect. This is the correct answer. Question number 63. Which of the following is synthesized in human body that dilates blood vessels and increases blood flow? The correct answer is already discussed in environment. It is option A, nitric oxide. Nitric oxide, it is synthesized in human body and plays a crucial role in vasodilation, which increases the blood flow. Okay, vasodilation is blood vessels will be expanded. These blood vessels will be expanded. Vasoconstriction is blood vessels will be contracted. It will be squeezed down. That is also contraction. But in order to expand blood vessels, it is called a vasodilation. When the blood vessels expands, it will result in the proper blood flow. For vasodilation, what you require is you require nitric oxide. The body produces nitric oxide from amino acid L-arginine using the enzyme nitric acid synthase. The primary site of nitric oxide synthesis is the inner layer of blood vessels. Okay, inner layer of blood vessels, the endothelium. Although other cell types also contribute to its production. So it is a powerful vasodilator, relaxing vascular smooth muscles in arteries. This dilation increases the blood flow, benefiting overall cardiovascular health. So the correct answer is nitric oxide. These kind of questions, you either know it or you don't know it. So in case if you are sure about the answer, attend it. If you don't know the answer, then it is better to skip this one. 64. Consider the following activities: identification of narcotics on passengers at airport or aircraft or in aircraft, monitoring of precipitation, tracking of migration of animals. In which of the above cases or activities radars can be used? So easily all the here every statement is correct. So the correct answer is all the three. So radars, what they use is, it is an instrument that uses radio waves to detect what? Detect aircraft, detect an individual, detect migration of animals, etc., etc. Okay, here tracking of migration of animals, you would have seen if you have seen National Geography or any Animal Planet channels, they would be putting a radio collar around elephant, radio collar around tigers, radio collar around zebra, etc., etc., monitor their movement. So here the correct answer is right. Monitoring of precipitation. So radars are also used in monitoring precipitation, whether what amount of precipitation you'll be getting in the coming years or coming days. That can also be tracked using this one. And identification of narcotics on the passengers at the airports or in the aircraft. Here what the happen is, radars can be used for the identification of narcotics on passengers in aircraft or aircraft. Okay, in aircraft, if there is a tracker, then that tracker can be used to using the radio waves. And radars are extensively used for monitoring of the precipitation. Weather radars such as Doppler radars, they are instrumental in monitoring and tracking precipitation, measuring the intensity of rainfall. What is Doppler radar? It will be in this way. It will be in ground station. If this is the ground, Doppler radar will be set up like this, and it will produce radio waves. This radio wave, if it touches any clouds or any rainfall, then it will receive the waves back. Okay, this Doppler radar, it will not only identify the distance between the clouds and other things, it will also identify the intensity. So that is very important. And then radars can be used to track migration of animals, which I have already explained to you. So the correct answer here is option C, all the above or all the three. So consider the aircraft. This is again very important question, especially from India's perspective. That is, it comes under defense. So this question becomes very important because recently India has procured Rafale aircraft from France. So the correct question is Rafale MiG-29 Tejas Mk1. How many of the above are considered fifth generation fighter aircraft? Okay. So what is generation in aircrafts? Okay. What is generation in aircraft? Generation 1. Okay. Generation 1 is when the first fighter aircrafts were developed. for the first time fighter aircrafts were developed. It was during World War One by the Germans. These were called as first generation, and second generation were developed during World War Two. Okay, generation two, and over the years, generation three, generation four have been developed by USA, UK, Russia, France, and other countries. And there is an intermediate generation called as 4.5 4.5, where the developments have improved from 4, but there are less compared to generation 5. And fifth generation is the like a recent type of aircrafts, which are most advanced aircrafts. So that is fifth generation fighters include major technologies developed during the first part of 21st century. They typically have characteristics like stealth, super cruise, advanced avionics, and network data fusion for situational awareness. So the examples are Lockheed Martin F-22 Raptor, Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II, Chengdu J-20, and Sukhoi Su-57. Sukhoi is for Russia and Zhongdu is Chinese, and other two are American. Okay, these are all comes under generation 5. So what about Rafale? Rafale, though it is one of the most advanced developed by France, it still comes under generation 4.5 only. So India presently don't have any aircrafts which belong to generation 5. And option 2, MiG-29 is a fourth generation fighter developed by Russia. After MiG-29, they developed Sukhoi. Okay, India has yet to procure Sukhoi there. Option 3 is incorrect. Tejas Mk-41 is an indigenous Indian aircraft, but it falls under the fourth 4.5 generation as well. Okay, so presently India doesn't have any fifth generation. The correct answer is none of the above. Okay, in defense, if it is related to aircrafts or missiles, it becomes very important, especially the technology and the generation of those missiles or aircrafts. That becomes important for UPSC prelims. Then moving on to the which of the following are hydrogels used? In which of the following are hydrogels used? And the options are controlled drug delivery in patients, mobile air conditioning systems, and preparation of industrial lubricants. So in such kind of questions, whenever there is a like scientific discovery, and whenever there is a question asking about the applications of that particular scientific discovery, most of the times it so happens that all the options will be correct, and it is similar to this in hydrogels. So what are hydrogels? Hydrogels are water absorbent cross-linked polymer networks that can hold large amounts of water. So they are used in medical applications such as wound dressing, drug delivery system, tissue engineering. Okay, so hydrogels biocompatibility, flexibility, and responsiveness to environmental changes make them valuable in biotechnology and soft robotics. So that is why they are also used in like red biotechnology, that is related to health and medicines. So statement is correct. Widely used in controlled drug delivery because they can encapsulate drugs and release them in a controlled manner over time. Okay, they will hold the drug until it is moving through the blood vessels, and they will release that drug when they reach the destination. Okay, correct. Second statement is correct also. They can be used in mobile air conditioning systems because they can absorb large amount of water. They can also be used as a mobile air conditioners. They can absorb and release moisture, which can be useful in humidity control. Hydrogels can be used in industrial lubricants to improve their properties, such as reducing the friction and wear, controlling the viscosity, and improving thermal stability. So in such conditions, such questions where the application is asked, most of the times the answer will be all the above. Then in which of the following is the exhaust pipe emission from fuel cell electric vehicles? What is fuel cell electric vehicles? Okay, fuel cell are the green vehicles. Okay, they don't use fossil fuels. If they don't use fossil fuels, so anything that comes from exhaust will be clean only. Exhaust is a certain, if a vehicle is running on fossil fuels, from the exhaust you will get to see smoke. The smoke consists of sulfur dioxide, carbon dioxide, etc., etc. Whereas in fuel cells, which is based on green technology, the exhaust will not have any smoke and will not have any pollutants. So here, right, so find out the pollutants. Hydrogen peroxide is a pollutant, hydronium is a pollutant, oxygen though not pollutant, but it is not present in exhaust. So the correct answer here is D, water vapor. So water vapor is the byproduct and which is exhausted during the fuel cell vehicle. So exhaust air from fuel cell vehicles powered by hydrogen consists of pure water vapor. Fuel cell electric vehicles emit only water vapor, making them locally emission free and contributing to cleaner air in cities. That is why there is a like growth of these vehicles is on the rise, and many are advocating for the use of these vehicles. Next, question number 68. Recently, the term pumped storage hydropower is actually and appropriately discussed in the context of which one of the following? So, irrigation of terrace crop fields, lift irrigation of cereal crops, long duration energy storage, rainwater harvesting system. Okay, so like observe carefully here. In this kind of questions, if the options in which if three are similar and one is completely opposite of those things are not similar to other things, that option would be most of the times correct here. So first one is irrigation of terrace crop fields, so it is also dealing with irrigation. Second one is lift irrigation of cereal crops, this is also dealing with irrigation. Then retro irrigation, it is also dealing with rainwater. So the only option which is not related to water here is long duration energy storage. So the correct answer here is option 3. You can observe this in many of the questions where three options are similar to each other and one is different from each other. This kind of questions are repeated in science and technology. So this technique you can use there. If you are sure about the correct answer, then it is fine. If you are not sure, this is the method you can use in science and technology questions. So here the pumped storage hydropower relates to long duration energy storage. It refers to a type of hydroelectric energy storage where two water reservoirs at different elevations are used to generate powers. Water moves down from one reservoir to another distance passing through the turbine, and this requires to be pumped back to the upper reservoir. So this is like this. There will be two reservoirs. So upper reservoir, the water will be released from down, and it will result in turning the turbine. This turning of turbine will result in the creation of energy. And then membrane bioreactors are often discussed in the context of assisted reproductive technologies, drug delivery nanotechnologies, vaccine production technologies, and wastewater treatment technologies. Here you can observe the questions. Okay, observe the options. Assisted reproductive technology dealing with health, vaccine production technology dealing with health, drug delivery nanotechnology dealing with health. So all the three options are similar to each other, and only one option which is dissimilar is wastewater treatment. So in such conditions, the option will be D, which is not similar to each other. So the correct answer here is D. You get the point, right? This is a technique you can use in science and technology questions. So D is correct. Membrane bioreactors are commonly discussed in the context of wastewater technologies. These systems combine biological treatment using microorganisms with a membrane filtration to efficiently remove pollutants from wastewater. The membranes act as barriers, allowing clean water to pass through while retaining suspended solids and microorganisms. These membranes bioreactors are widely used in treating domestic and industrial wastewaters. So there will be membrane. This membrane will be permeable only to water. So water will be permitted and water will move through the membrane, and rest of the things, pollutants, sediments, etc., they get absorbed by the membrane and they are then taken away from the water. This will result in the wastewater purification. So these are all the questions related to science and technology. All the 10 questions have been discussed here. If you like the initiative or if you like the video, please like, comment and share with your friends. If you have any doubts or if you have any comment or if you have any suggestions for me, do write in the comment box. With this, I will end the video. Jai Hind, Jai Karnataka.